Hello guys and gamers, what's up? I haven't done a video in a bit too long, and that's just because holidays happened and I have been lazy. So yes, let's get on it. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about Palworld, a game I have not played myself. But I want to talk about it still because a lot of people are comparing it to Pokemon, which I have played for about 20 years in total playtime. A lot of people have been comparing those two, and Palworld just came out. It's another monster taming game, and it has been really popular. And a lot of people have been shocked by this, including myself. I didn't know that it would be this popular. But in this video, I kind of want to explain a few reasons to why it is as popular as it is. Number one, going against Pokemon is sometimes very difficult because you're setting yourself up against the biggest IP in the world, the biggest media franchise that there is. And most of the time, that is a bad thing for you. You're setting yourself up for failure. You can't compete really with the biggest thing out there. It's just like impossible. This has happened to many franchises like Yokai Watch, Temtem, and also Cassette Beast that launched a year or two ago. It's an indie game. It's fine. If you want to try any of those out, they're all fine. They're lovely. But one big mistake that they do is that they are too much like Pokemon. They are trying to be a replacement for Pokemon. And that kind of limits on the available player base. Who is going to be interested in a Pokemon kind of game? Well, mostly Pokemon players. It's not going to attract too much like new audiences being like, oh hey, I don't really like Pokemon games, but I'm gonna give Cassette Beasts a try. Not any flack to those developers, but still, like, making yourself go against Pokemon knowingly, it's not gonna end well. And a Pokemon kind of game only appeals to people who already like Pokemon. That's not gonna bring new people in. But something clever that Palworld did is, other than having the monster taming aspect that is from Pokemon, and a lot of people compare it to Pokemon because of this, having loads of monsters that you can befriend and do stuff with, that's a Pokemon. But Palworld geniusly didn't do an RPG. They didn't do a turn-based RPG. They did basically a survival game, Ark, but with Pokemon. That's the pitch here. And that is a really good genre to pick as well, because that's not something, an open world multiplayer survival game is not something that Game Freak, the developers of Pokemon, would immediately pick for a Pokemon game. So it's like free real estate. Have this kind of game that does match really well. It does mix really well with the monster catching aspect of Pokemon, but something that a Game Freak would never do. So I think that is also, a popular genre. Ark is popular. There's plenty of games that are also in the same genre that are popular, that are escaping me at the moment. I'm not a big survival craft open world kind of guy myself, so I can't really all of the names are escaping me. But yeah, they did a really good job with picking out a genre and not competing with Pokemon too much. Now, a second reason that they are really popular is it's kind of cheap. The game's kind of cheap. And for, if I remember correctly, it's like around $30, where as usual your AAA games are 60 to 70. So it's a really good value for the game that it is. It is in early access, so I kind of get the lower price, and it is don't think it's the biggest studio out there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's a good price, and that lower price attracts a lot of people, making it more affordable than, say, Baldur's Gate or something like that. And third reason that I think the game is selling really well is just good word of mouth. And this started before, of course, release, because a lot of streamers got early access to the game. They could stream it out. People saw it and they realized that, hey, there's a Pokemon with guns game that's actually not bad. Might as well give it a shot. Looks really fun, looks something new, and it's kind of funny to see Pokemon with guns and more gruesome aspects to the monster catching genre. So I think, yeah, good word of mouth, and I haven't heard too much like negative things to say about Palworld. Of course, there's like the designs that look, yikes, they look very much like copies of Pokemon, but like most people don't really care that much, to be honest. Like your average PC player probably isn't like, well, that zebra does look like the other fictional zebra a bit too much. Maybe I'll just not have fun with this game. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I think those are like 3 good reasons why Palworld is being successful. And another thing is just I want to talk about at the end of this video is that, is this going to be a threat to Pokemon? And, well, I don't think so. Pokemon is not going to be threatened, I don't think. Game Freak will pay too much mind to it. They might a little bit more in this case because it is another genre and Game Freak is trying to make a good open world game, maybe someday, and Palworld being open world, so they might get some inspiration and look into it like, okay, we could do this mechanics, do these mechanics, but I don't think it's gonna be affecting Pokemon's popularity that much. I think these 2 games can coexist, and I think the world will be better for it. I think there's always more competition is always welcome, I feel. And a lot of people who say that, oh no, is Game Freak in trouble now? They're kind of forgetting what Pokemon is. And Pokemon is not just the video games. There's the card game, there's the anime, and what brings Pokemon the most amount of money is the merchandise. And I'm not sure if Palworld has the creatures, the fantastical creatures in the game, are they merchandisable to the extent where Pokemon is? That I don't know. That is something for other people to decide. But so far, I haven't seen too much discussion about the monsters other than they are quite close to a lot of designs that Pokemon have. So yeah, I don't have much else to say about Palworld. Maybe I'll play it someday when I activate my Game Pass again. But currently going through my backlog, which is like 600 hours. So maybe in 600 hours I might give it a shot. But yeah. Interesting discussion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also remember to subscribe, like this video, blah blah blah, the generic YouTube stuff. And I have nothing else to say here, so I think I will just see you next time, which is hopefully sooner than 2 months later. Okay, bye bye.